You ever have a bad hair day? How about a bad face day? Well, anyways, everybody's talking about self-storage, investing in self-storage, building new self-storage, buying old self-storage. Within 2 miles of my house, there's like 3 self-storage places under construction right now. And I can tell you right now, self-storage is in the process of being overbuilt. The rates will come down unless you get into some areas where it's nearly impossible to build them. But when you can go into a 2 or 3 mile radius and find 5, 6, 7 new constructions in the last year, that's a telltale sign, indication that by the time these get online, there'll be an oversupply, absorption will be slow, and the long-term investment will definitely be different. So, I mean, I've looked at it. I'm interested in any type of commercial income producing real estate. But when you start hearing everybody scream from the mountaintop, self-storage, and you look around you, wherever you are located in the United States, and you see more of it popping up online every single month, then you're going to know things are going to change soon. The market's going to change. The cap rates in self-storage are going to change, and these people that invested for 5 years probably are going to get a shower, a cold one. So another thing I like to look at is alternatives. A couple years ago, everybody was screaming, oh, apartments, apartments, apartments. Now look at where they are. All these people that did these syndications, people that have never been in the business before, beginning real estate people, all of a sudden jump on the syndications and I own 1,000 doors when their investment couldn't buy 1,000 doorknobs. Well, the thing is, there was a mad rush to apartments. The cap rates got suppressed. The values went up. The financing for a bunch of amateurs was bridge and short-term debt. They had nothing to, analyze this but for the future, but continue this short-term debt, which is idiotic if you think about it. Look at the national history of interest rates over the last 40 years, and then at the very bottom, you're going to take some short-term debt and think, oh yeah, I'm going to carry this long-term asset with this short-term debt, and in 5 years the cap rates are going to be the same. Seriously, come on. If anybody told you that story, run and hide. So I hate to be crucial, I hate to be judgmental, but I've been doing this for 40-something years, can't you tell? And, right now, the latest fad has been self-storage. Well, people's attitudes have changed also for self-storage. The old tactic was, they get you in, it's hard to move, they raise your rents every 3 months, you continue to stay. But now people are saying, you know what? Do I need this crap? Believe me, I've rented self-storage myself. I actually have a warehouse now full of my stuff, which I don't need. I need to use the warehouse for what it's intended for, either to sell it and do another 1031 or rent it out. But I got it full of my own stuff. I used to collect Jaguars, and now there's like 12 of them in there. So, and there's tons of other stuff. But my attitudes change. People are going to say, you know what? Out of sight, out of mind, but with a bill just doesn't work anymore. They're just going to say, get rid of the stuff. I don't want stuff in self-storage, and we'll just either not use self-storage and get rid of it. So the attitude of the public is going to change, and there's going to be less of a demand. So now we're going to be stuck with overbuilt self-storage capacity and trending downward demand for this space. So if you're considering self-storage, good luck to you. It will work in some areas where you can't get any more built and the population is growing. Otherwise than that, sprawling suburbs, beware.